Hey there, guys. We're back again. 2 weeks in a row. Consistency here. We got a good episode for you. Got a lot of random shit lined up here.
Lots of random shit.
Just spent an hour discussing a bunch of other random shit. But
great conversation. Though. I wish we could post the pre-recording conversations.
Nah, maybe not. But
we need to record them, and they're just like in the vault someday when this ride ends. Inevitably, we just throw it all out there.
Yeah, I mean we're still learning, obviously, but so let's roll the music and get into it. All right, Joe, so where do you want to start this with? I think your favorite thing on the list we got here is Carson Wentz is going to the Indianapolis Colts.
Carson!
If you live under a rock. The reason I'm saying it's Joe's favorite is because he shit on my idea for bringing this up, but, not going to talk about it.
Not true at all, but...
Oh, let me give you a preview from the vault here. Let me pull it out. Hey, Joe, I think we should talk about Carson Wentz going to Indiana. Oh, hate that idea, but okay. And then here we are.
Greg's episode was like, hey, let's talk about a shitty quarterback from Philly. Let's talk about the NBA, and then we'll send them on their way. That's why. And that's
what were the ideas that you rolled up here with? What was that again?
I got a whole notepad full of them now.
That you just wrote down after our long discussion. Anyway,
I spoke interest.
So, Carson, as a Chicago Bears fan that was apparently in the front running to get this man, I am ecstatic that he is not going to be a Chicago Bear. However, I did see a report after the trade was finalized that the Bears actually never made contact to Philly. So someone was lying, and the Bears were actually never fully interested in him and never made an offer. So that's interesting.
That's fine. Why would you? I don't think Carson's very good. It just
makes me think that they're a little bit smarter than we thought they were. So this is kind of
that's yeah. No, Carson and Philly, they got a worse Phillip River. I don't think they're better than when they had Phillip, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a buyer on Carson Wentz. If you can get him back to his 2017 version, maybe it'll pan out, because I think the trade details is it's a third round for this year and then a second round for next year. But if he plays 75% of his of the snaps or 70% of the snaps and the team makes the playoffs, he will that second rounder will turn into a first rounder for next year. So
I mean, he's got Quentin Nelson, so you're always good with Quentin Nelson at the helm of that offensive line. They're going to keep him off the ground. I think they kept Phillips' old ass off the ground.
Yeah,
they're not a bad team. I don't
really
think
is a younger
Carson
Phillip
has no confidence. He has not an ounce of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because you don't really have anyone to throw to out in Philly other than Ertz. But speaking of, wasn't he supposed to be partnered in this deal? And then I thought the Colts made sense for both of them, and then just not going to happen anymore. What's that about? Any idea?
I didn't hear anything about that. No.
Oh. Everything I saw was they were
Ertz
trying to.
Is kind of washed. Ertz is kind of washed at this point.
Well, yeah. The Eagles don't want to pay him because he's kind of nearing that plateau to the downturn of his career, and I think that's kind of where the Colts were. Probably what struggled up the whole conversation, but who knows? I think it's a trade and extend kind of deal with him. So,
So are the Colts better or worse this year than last year? I mean, from what I've seen, it's pretty much the same team, and you added Carson Wentz and got rid of Phillip Rivers.
I think it's the same team, but has slightly more upside, if I had to say anything.
So is the team better or worse? What record-wise is the team better or worse?
Would they get 10 wins? Or 11?
I think they were 10-6. I think. They were 10 or 11. I think it was 10.
I could see them getting 11 wins, but I would expect pretty much the same thing. But it also depends on what they do in the draft and any more free agency, so we'll see.
Depends. Is Deshaun still in the division? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, the whole Deshaun thing is still interesting. I think the Texans think that he's going to still be there, and one of Deshaun's closest friends or coaches or something like that tweeted out it might have even been his agent how do you get a quarterback that asks for a trade to actually get traded asking for a friend or some shit like that. So he's still unhappy regardless of what the Texans are feeding the bullshit towards us. So I don't know how that happens. I think he's either not playing next year and is on the Texans roster, or he's not a Texan. So
yeah, I mean that's not the only options I see, but I've been wrong.
Same. Yeah, I would expect him to keep moving. People still keep thinking the Jets are gonna shop Darnold, but I don't really think anyone's gonna be much of a buyer.
Well, I mean they're gonna probably have to, not have to, but Jets are taking a QB.
Are you convinced? I think they're gonna take Penei Sewell out of Oregon.
I don't know why you're sold on Darnold. My dad is sold on Darnold. No, my father is like a big Darnold guy, and I'm just like, what football am I missing? Like, I don't see the glimpses. I don't.
Darnold has had some flashes, which again, like Mitchell Trubisky's had flashes, and that's look where that's at. Like,
has had flashes,
right? But it's like Darnold has really had no one. Their offensive line has been subpar. Their defense has been horrible, and the only year that he was relatively decent was when they had Robbie Anderson and I think Crowder or somebody else, and then
Jamison
he left.
Crowder.
Yeah, and then they're gone, and now he's bad again. So it's like, what do you expect? But I don't know. The Jets are on a different level of dysfunction. The only thing that's below them is the Texans. So I don't know how long this rebuild is really going to last for them. So.
But it's like Darnold should be the one like, yo, let me get out, let him go. He's still young. He's not gonna be young forever. Go to a
decent 26,
situation and start over with whatever quarterback's left. I'm not sure why you'd want. I saw it today. Zach Wilson on people's boards is the number 2 QB. How?
Yeah, that kid's climbing. Climbing.
I don't get how.
So so where's your board? Would he be 3 on your board?
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
think he's very good, but I think the top 2 are very clear. And then I'm not super knowledgeable on 1 through 5 in this draft, but how is it not Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields 1 and 2? Whatever you think,
apparently people are like Wilson's climbing to. There's apparently an argument for him to go 1, and I think that's utterly absurd.
This is the conspiracy to get Trevor to fucking New England.
that won't happen, but
I saw a video. They're like, if he doesn't go like top 2, there's a very real possibility he could go to New England. Like it makes
there's no way
logical sense.
Okay, but like this is what happened when because everyone's comparing Lawrence to Andrew Luck as far as the the most clear prospect since him or whatever. And during Luck's draft, that was him and RG3, and right in there was this same talk was you could take RG3 for the explosive and the upside, and then. No, we're gonna take Andrew Luck and look at where we are. You know what I mean? Like, granted, he retired, but they were really fucking good while he was there, and
Lawrence just had shoulder surgery
on his non-throwing shoulder. It's bullshit.
Still surgery,
dude. Look,
still surgery.
It's still but Urban was literally like
Tyrod Taylor went for a shot and came back almost dead.
yeah. Well, that was ownership had a hit on him, but so.
That might be racist. I don't fucking know. That was weird.
Yeah, that one. That's something for the LA Chargers to figure out on their end, and no one to question.
David Duke might be a fucking part owner of the Chargers or something. I don't fucking know what's going on with that one.
No, I think Trevor Lawrence is in his own tier, and I think Urban. He's Urban's guy. Urban was the only real scout there.
I mean, it gives you something to talk about with Urban, the Ohio State ties. It's cool, but I'm with you. I think Lawrence, but if he doesn't I'm just saying the video I saw and the math, it's not insane. It's not like, dude, that there's 20 things that have to happen. No, there's 3.
Well, that's the thing, because a lot of the out of the top 10 picks, I think 6 or 7 of them are fucking tradable.
And out of the top 10, not a lot of them need a QB.
But a lot of them could. That's the thing.
They could, but it's not like we're drafting a QB.
Right. Because Jacksonville is kind of the only one in the top 3 at least, because then you've got the Jets, and then who's 3? The Miami, who I again still think that they're more in on Tua than people believe.
I agree.
And then so you have Jacksonville at 1, the Jets at 2, Dolphins at 3, Falcons at 4, who are stuck with Matt Ryan, Bengals at 5, Eagles at 6. Yeah, Eagles at 6. Right. Lions at 7, which you could take a guy, but there's no reason to yet if you don't have your guy. With having Goff there, and then you got the Panthers at 8, Broncos at 9, and the Cowboys at 10. So it's like,
see, I think Deshaun goes to fucking Denver. Lawrence, if he doesn't go top 2, Lawrence could easily fall in that top 10, in my opinion.
yeah, but you think like if he falls to 4 at Atlanta, like either Atlanta's making a phone call to somebody, which could be New England, or like they could take him and just like say fuck you, Matt Ryan.
For sure, I'm just saying like it's not the most unheard of thing I've ever seen in my life, but I would be, and because it's Bill Belichick, I would be like, well, you fuck, but give Bill Belichick Matt Ryan, that's nasty. I think. I don't think Matt Ryan's bad. I don't think Matt Ryan's a problem in Atlanta, but that's a whole different conversation.
Apparently, there's potential for Mitch Trubisky to go to New England. I'm like, hell yes.
Oh, fuck
hell yes. All the way.
You're just hell yes because he's out of Chicago.
Yeah, well. But no, like New York, like the thing is, like the Jets, the Falcons, the Lions, and well, I mean, out of that top 7. I think those 3 teams
did go for 50 on your Bulls. Sorry,
they're not really my Bulls. I'm just happen to be from that area. Yeah. So the Jets, Bengals, and Lions at 2, 5, and 7. I think is really those teams need a lot more than just one pick in the top in the first round per year. Like I think those are the most tradable picks in the draft because it's like they're in this for the long haul. You know what I mean? Like. The Jets, kind of depending on what they do, they'll probably the Jets the last couple of years. I think they're going to trade out every time because they're in the top fucking 3, and then they never do, and they just take an okay player, and that's fine. But like I think the Bengals, it makes sense for them to trade, especially to a quarterback hungry team, especially if someone falls. Same thing with the Lions because like they need a lot, and they Dan Campbell's got a 6-year deal, and they're like, yeah, we're here for the long haul. So it's like it's gonna be. I cannot wait for the draft. I think it's gonna be interesting.
I'm with you. This will be a good one. I mean, it's probably going to go cookie cutter as hell, but it's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Circling back to the Colts. Yeah, I'm saying 10 wins, 10-6.
I'm saying 9-7, but I think they're a team you don't really want to play, but they're not the team playing in February, whenever the fuck Super Bowl will be.
Bold prediction: Carson Wentz has a Jameis Winston year where he leads the league in passing, touchdowns, and picks.
Well, shit, Jameis might be playing again, so I don't know.
That's true. Jameis might be down in
New
Orleans.
And New Orleans is a place to put up a shitload of yards, but he gets picked off a lot.
Well, yeah, and Ty might walk, so I don't know how much help on the receiving end they're going to have. But we can move on. Do you want to do a little bit of a basketball roundup or no?
Yeah, I'm actually excited basketball this year.
Yeah,
I am slightly pissed off, but I'm pissed off at myself, so I have no one to blame.
Why?
So I mean, you can see the Suns are not a bad. Suns are a good team. They are a formidable opponent in the West this year.
They're currently
West. I mean, they're not a bad team.
No, right.
But I'm pissed off because when I was in Vegas, the odds to win the championship for them 4,500 to 1, and I didn't bet that. I could have bet like $100 on that, and if these fuckers pulled out, we're going to the Waffle House after a long night of drinking.
Because they're definitely they're a candidate of make some stupid ass trade mid-season to get somebody to push them over the edge, right?
I don't think they're at the point where I don't think they're under the edge. They're just the Jazz are going retarded, which I don't see it sticking, but.
Well, that's the Jazz are.
The Suns are not a team you want to play come playoff time, in my opinion.
Right. And the Jazz are interesting because they are one of the top teams in defense and in offense, which obviously is going to lead you to have the best record in the NBA. But they were 4-4 to start the eight games into the season.
Suns just won right now.
I just got that too. Pelicans. Yeah. But the Jazz are now 24-5. So they won 21 of their last 22. No, 20 of their last 21.
All I'm saying is this is Rudy Gobert's comeback for killing the NBA and Vince Carter. Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, so again, a lot of the conversation around the Jazz is peaking too early, but who knows if that's a thing. They're just playing really, really good basketball. I think
they're playing San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan basketball.
Right. And I think the interesting thing is that the Lakers are 22-8, so they're 2.5 games back out of first, and they're just kind of fucking around, seeing what's going to work. Like they're just saying, hey, does this experiment work? Sure, like we can pull this out. Like they don't give a fuck.
I mean, Lakers will win the West, barring. I mean, come on, it's LeBron's Lakers. Like they're going to win. AD, him, like.
And while we're on this, so this is something I kind of thought of this week. And I'm not trying to go stupid on it. I'm just like posing it as a general question. So, one of the big arguments between the Jordan and LeBron thing, right, is that Jordan always had Pippen, right? Okay, and again, I'm not trying to get into them actually versus. You'll see where I'm going in a second. But with LeBron, like I've always given like when he won with the Cavs the second time around, Kyrie and Kevin Love helped him get there. But like that finals he won. Like he put the team on his back, played all the minutes and all whatever, and he won that championship. Like one of the greatest championship runs in basketball history, for sure. So I think the argument can be made that like this Lakers team this year is probably the best team that LeBron's ever been on. So outside of it being his being a repeat win, like a repeat championship, how much, and obviously being his fifth, how much does it really help his legacy as far as like other outside of just being another championship? Which again, I'll acknowledge is crazy that's even a criteria that I'm going past.
It is these
but like,
days, though.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get what you're saying, and I'll reference it like this: like the greats in all the sports, they towards the end or towards these times it happened. I mean, look, just as recent as the last Super Bowl, Brady didn't play bad, but his defense played out of its mind. They set up. You get to a point in your career in sports with the greats like this where your legacy is enough to get these decent players and get your teams, like we talked about last time, get your teams to play this way, where it's like you might not be the 20-year-old LeBron playing 50 minutes, scoring 50 points, 20 rebounds, but it's like Peyton's last year. He didn't play that well, but he didn't play like god awful. Like, why are you playing? His defense was good. His team believed and they won. Brady they put up 9 points against one of the best offenses we've seen in a long time. LeBron's got a team now that is just playing good, playing sound basketball all around. So I think that's any GOAT conversation. Any elite player in history has had this. So I mean, it would be his fifth ring if they win. That's impressive enough. So
okay. I'm just posing the argument.
LeBron's putting up good stats. Like LeBron's not like 5 and like he's still playing, and he could do more, but it's like in his mind he's 34, I think now. Like he doesn't, like he could realistically win 8 or 9, I think, if he plays his cards right, keeps his body healthy, and keeps a decent team around him.
Full TB12 method.
Because I think he's on the TB12 plan. I think, to be honest, I mean that's what they do. I mean that's the way the games become these days.
I think that's
so. You can't knock LeBron for that because I've seen it with other greats in their respective sports.
Yeah, and
so
I'm glad
that's my take on it.
I'm glad you put it that way because, like, again, I'm not trying to knock LeBron for it. Like, that's the thing I don't want to come across is that, like, I'm trying to shoot this as a negative. Like,
because I don't think what you called the greatest finals run was the greatest finals run for LeBron, and I think you'll be. I personally think the greatest finals run was when they lost to Golden State, the year when he literally had nobody.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
I mean, if that wasn't, I think that was before. I think.
Okay. That was a really good. No.
Like
again, that was a
wasn't
good title run
one of the most dominant performances of a single player in their sport. Like literally carrying. Like I'm talking. Like I swear to God, he came in with 4 duffel bags, holding the other 4 players. Like that was some of the most dominant basketball I've ever seen in my life, and he came up short.
That's a good point. That was one of the, I remember saying like when Golden State won, like I'm like, yeah, you could still give the Finals MVP to LeBron right there. Like you could. Like
and I remember I went with my at the time girlfriend, rest in peace, whatever. We went out to watch the game 1. Gotta throw it in there.
Sorry.
We went to watch game 1, and like I was like, dude, if they don't win this game, I don't know what else you can do. I think he put up 51. Like it was 1-on-5 basketball. Like it was and they lost, and like that whole series was just. I don't know what else a single human being could do to help their team win, and he couldn't do enough, obviously. But that was the greatest finals run I've seen right there.
Yeah, and I think again that's part of it. Like I said, like I'm not trying to make this a knock on LeBron. Like I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about because it's like, but again, how you said it, like he a lot of you see this a lot with people like with one of like greats in their sport at the end of their career. Like he's bringing something different to the game. He's a player coach.
The greats realize what it takes to win, and they do it. And whether you like it or not, they do it, and that's why they win.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, and so yeah, I don't think it's a knock. I just how much of a positive is it is really more of the question. And again, we don't know that answer yet. They have to win it first. Again, they're going to lose it, but yeah.
If we don't think it's cool, well, you might disagree with his handful of rings on his yacht or whatever the fuck he'll have. I don't know, but
yeah,
I don't know. As a competitor myself, like I got 5 championship rings like on my hand. Like I could give a shit what ESPN says.
Yeah,
I could give
absolutely.
a damn.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then just to round out the just the basketball talk, I think the standings in the West are pretty interesting to me. One, the Timberwolves are dead last in the league again, which is kind of funny. And then you've got like Dallas is sitting at 13 and 15, 2 spots outside of the playoffs right now, which is interesting because they're still a good team. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, that hurts me. I love Luka.
I love Luka too. Memphis is sitting right on top of them, sitting right outside at 12 and 12, and then you've got Denver at 8, which is interesting because like I thought they got better this offseason, and they're not playing good basketball right now.
By the stats I've seen, just the Twitter and the ESPN, I swear to God, Denver was like undefeated. Like every 5 seconds, it's like Jokic puts up 800 points and 20 rebounds.
And yeah, they're just not winning a lot of games, which is interesting. Golden State sitting at 7, which like if they can put some shit together, like maybe they can go on a little bit of a run. But like if they're sitting at 7, that means
Steph is in the LeBron phase of his career. Like Steph is doing everything he can, and it's hard by yourself.
Well, and like if the playoffs were to start right now, they're playing the 2 seed Lakers, right? So it's like that's not going to end well for the Golden State. And then you got the Spurs sitting at the 6 seed, which is like who do they even have? Suns are 5. Suns are 5. Portland is 4, which they'll be a good 4 seed. They might jump the Clippers to go to 3, but
I think the Suns end up 4 in the grand scheme. I think they end up 4 seed.
Yeah, I think they'll climb. But again, 4 and 5 are pretty much interchangeable because they'll play each other, right? So it's like the West is good. And then
but we will get hopefully Dame Lillard, Devin Booker first round playoff matchup. I like that basketball. That's prime time.
Yeah, that'll be a good series. And then looking at the East, you've got Atlanta sitting at 10, outside looking in. You've got the Bulls at 9, outside looking in. The Hornets are 8, technically in right now.
LaMelo Ball, love him. He's good.
Yeah,
he's the best ball brother. He is good.
You got the Knicks at 7, which they're not good, but they're apparently okay.
Spike Lee on the roster. What?
The thing I hate is
the Knicks have a lot of young good players that I think are finally starting to develop a little bit.
Right, but let me roll this one off for you. So a team that's 500 in the West is the Memphis Grizzlies at 12 and 12. They're 9 looking in, right? The team that's at 500 in the East is the Boston Celtics at 14 and 14, and they're the 5th seed right now.
In the West is the powerhouse.
Right. So
it's known.
The Raptors are 14 and 15 at 6. The Knicks are 14 and 16 at 7, and the Hornets are 13 and 15 at 8. Like that's sad. You've got the Pacers at the 4, which they just play good basketball. Milwaukee's the 3 at 16 and 13, and they are kind of dysfunctional. They're literally doing the same thing for the past 3 years, and people are just starting to figure Giannis out more and more. Shit, that'll work.
Shocker.
The Nets are climbing to 2 at 19 and 12, which I'll get to in a second, and then you've got the Sixers at 19 and 10 at the 1 seed. So like the Sixers would be the 4 seed right now by a half game in the West.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked.
And like I don't mind the Sixers because like Joel Embiid, I like him. Like he's a true center. You know, I like that style of basketball.
Soft.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about soft, hello Suns. DeAndre Ayton softest player in the league award.
DeAndre Ayton is soft, but God damn it, he could.
DeAndre Ayton should be a fucking Chicago Bull because then he'd fit perfectly as the softest player in the league. They should trade him for Levine, and then it would be perfect.
Oh fuck no! Ayton's been a lot less soft this year. He
has, and if they use him right, like he's pretty damn dominant. But
he's pretty dominant, yeah.
But yeah, and I think the Sixers will probably stay the 1 seed. They're not going to drop further than the 2 because the Nets are just going to start putting games together. Because I think they barely had KD, Kyrie, and Harden on the floor at the same time, like in this span, and they're still good. Like they're winning games and they're just scoring a shitload of points and not playing defense. So if they can get their defensive efficiency up to like mid tier of the league, they'll be okay. They'll make a run.
Harden fucked the Suns up. Suns won that game, and then Harden fucking put his dick out and beat them.
Yeah, but then if the Suns would have just gone to 8 inside, like what the fuck did the Sixers? Would stop them. Like what are you doing?
They're not fucking perfect. I'm just saying they.
And like the Heat are 12-17 right now, bro. They're the 11th team or 10th team.
Ever since Tyler Hero hooked up with Jack Harlow, it's been downhill.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in the NBA. I think like
it'd be Lakers Nets.
Most likely, right? Because like
that's what'll happen.
Maybe Sixers if like they play bully ball with Embiid, but like who's gonna stop the Nets? Pacers maybe if they play really good basketball, but like that won't happen. Like the Bucks won't, the Sixers probably won't, like the Celtics won't, Raptors won't, Knicks won't, Hornets won't. Like the Nets are gonna kind of coast, I think, and
no, they will.
They'll be fine, and then I think the West will be really interesting.
I could see
there's a lot of good teams, but
I'm telling you right now, I'm a homer, but I see the Suns in the West Conference Finals, and I don't think it's that far fetched.
So say they do what I said, like go out and get like some player at the deadline. Who do you think? Like, is there anyone on your mind?
Off the top of my head, shit.
What about Cat? Timberwolves are selling Cat.
No, I'm not a big Karl Anthony Towns guy.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think he's really. I think he's a little better, but I don't think he's much of an upgrade from like Ayton or somebody. So like, because who you got like?
No, you're right.
I honestly don't. I don't think they need a big sell or a big take to fucking put it together.
So like the Suns could beat the Lakers. Like who? How do they beat the Lakers?
No, that's what I'm saying. I could see them in the West Conference Finals against the Lakers. They don't beat them. I think they could take 2 off of them.
Okay, but if you're wanting the Suns to beat the Lakers, it's just not their time yet, or?
Yeah, I would say it's not their time, but I don't know. It's a tough question on top of my head with the NBA right now.
No, yeah, I feel you. I'm just
Suns get.
What if they somehow go out and get Beal?
I would rather have like a good power forward, like not Cat, because I don't think Cat's that good. But give me.
What if the Heat decided to blow it up and you can go out and get Bam and pair him with Ayton?
I like Bam and Ayton.
That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty nasty. Yeah. I don't think it'll happen, but
yeah, off the top of my head, I honestly couldn't tell you. Like, I think the team's pretty decent. So
no, I like the Suns. I like the Suns in the West. All right. Last couple things on sports. Fernando Tatis, the shortstop phenomenon, cover athlete for MLB The Show 21, joining us today. Just kidding, he's not joining us, but he did sign a mega deal. 14 years, $340 million. Going to end up being about $306 million after he finishes getting fucking shafted by this company, this marketing agency or whatever the fuck that is coming out. But yeah, so this brings up a little bit of a discussion I want to have. So one, just to reference what I was talking about with him getting shafted here, is he signed some deal while in the minors with this agency that basically, like, if you don't make it to the majors, like, they give you like a one-time payout, and like you still have some money and like can like live decently while you're in the minors and whatever. But if you do make it to the MLB, they get a negotiated portion of your salary, right? And usually it's around 1%. Well, for the sake of this man, it was 10%. So he gets 10% of his mega deal is going to go to this company, and he gets pretty much fucked on this. And it's going to allow them to fuck the rest of the minor leaguers, but hopefully people learn from it. I don't know why he would have signed this when he was a fucking superstar anyway. Like in the minors, like everyone knew he was going to be a star. But I mean, I guess it's baseball. You never know. But the topic I want to get here with this is when you're building a championship team, whatever sport, it seems like you kind of work off of a star player being on their rookie deal, right? So, like that was when the Rams were supposed to go on the run with Goff on his rookie deal, just for an example. And again, they paid him too early. Look where that panned out. And then you've got like a team like the Braves that paid Albies and Acuna a couple years back. Seemed a little early. Granted, it was cheaper, but so the question I'm asking is this too early for him to get paid? I mean, you're locked up for 14 years. The dude's like 20 years old. What's going on?
Shit, I mean, well, it's like I like it to an extent. Like I like it because you're showing him at an early age that you're our guy. Like,
right.
It's very clear you're our guy. We're going to show you some love. So I like it from that aspect. Paying a guy that young, $340 million, it seems excessive. But like we talked before, you are locking him in. Like he's not going anywhere, barring anything crazy. Like he is your guy. You were going to develop him your way. He's going to play your baseball. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, they gotta believe in him to a certain extent because he's coming off of an injury this year. Granted, he almost won the MVP after getting called up and then getting hurt. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like they already have a massive deal with Machado, and then like they went out and got Darvish and Snell, who aren't going to be cheap. So it's like I feel like this is where teams get into trouble and they pigeonhole themselves, and they end up in cap hell. Like the Saints went all in; they're in cap hell right now. I think they're like $90 million over the cap. The Steelers tried to go all in once they went and got Minka, and they're $30 million over the cap right now, or 40 or something like that, and like $30 million of that is fucking Big Ben. And again, I know I'm mixing sports here, but I feel like, and again, like baseball, like the cap, as we see with the fucking Dodgers, like the cap is a lot more liquid in baseball. But I don't know, it just seems odd to me that the strategy is to pay your guy young. Like, and for people that don't know how,
that's where I would pay him.
You'd pay him like this year, I'm
not saying this year, but they're trying to win a champ. They have to compete with the Dodgers in that division. Like they don't have a choice. Like I mean, yeah, you could just not pay him and he's there. But I'm telling you, when you pay these players, it normally goes one of two ways: they fuck you, or they perform even better because now they have some belief and they have some backing to prove that what they're doing gets them paid. So I'm not offended by the move at all. No, it's.
Well, no, and I like Tatis. Like I think he's worth it, but it's just the question I'm trying to ask is like are they going to win a championship from this move? Because like you I mean, you're locking so much money up into one guy, and then like what's going to happen? Like what if he gets hurt and like, literally is just earning all this money to not play, and you're screwing yourself? Like
that's a risk you got to take, but to compete in the division now, especially with we talked about last week with the Dodgers, like you don't. Like, you gotta form some sort of base, some sort of ground, and that is their foundation piece right there. So I mean, for my own team, like my own team doesn't have a fucking base. Like I don't even know. So like, I can totally respect it. Yeah, I like Cattell, but he's not there anymore. I don't think so.
Oh, did he get traded?
Yeah, I think he wasn't even there last year. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But anyways, no, I like it. I like They're building a foundation. I think they're making a run this year or the next. So I'm not mad at it at all. They went all in. They took a risk, and if it pays off, it pays off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But they did something. They showed somebody that they're all in.
Yeah, and I guess I'm kind of extending this from a separate argument. Like, did you see Draymond's comments this past week?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Draymond and his comments.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Draymond, but his comments, basically, again, for people that aren't aware or that want to hear my opinion on this thing. Basically, he was kind of complaining about how I think it was Andre Drummond was dressed for the game and then was told to sit down because they're trying to trade him out of Detroit, and he's basically saying it's bullshit that like people rose hell when James Harden did it wrong, that no one's gonna like disagree with you there, but when a guy wants to get out and ask for a trade, he's being selfish, but then when a team wants this guy as trade value or whatever, like that's fine. And So it brings up an interesting argument, and like again, it goes a little deeper than that, and like you don't have to fully agree or whatever. But like one of the things that I heard get brought up with this is like, what if you just, and it'll never happen, just redraft the league every year, so then people aren't locked up and they can get out when they want and do whatever. Because especially in the NBA, people are gonna go play with their friends anyway. We've seen it for years. Again, not just alluding to LeBron. This happens to everyone. So whatever, not the point I'm making. But my idea here is, what if you do like an arbitration system that you have in baseball, where you have like a sort of a hearing in a sense every year, and you have a deal for 1 year, but a team still has a little bit of leverage because you can't just then like pull a fucking Eli Manning and say, no, I don't want to go to the Chargers. Like, you get drafted and you have a commitment to this team for drafting you, but then you still have like this hearing for your value, and like at the point of like, I think this team's trying to tank, I don't want to be part of a losing culture, that can be part of the argument. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I think it'd be an interesting thing to explore. I don't think it'll ever happen because like I know Ryan Russillo was saying he's like he's like, I get what Draymond's coming from, and like I do agree with it, but he's like, I don't know that there's a better way to do anything than the system that's already there. And I think he's right when he says that. Like, there's not really a better way to do any of this stuff, because like one of the arguments again that he addressed was like, okay, well, like, can't you give the players more of a heads up? Well, it's like, okay, so how would you like it if your boss every day was like, hey, I'm trying to see if I can send you to any of these other venues or locations or positions at any time, so I'll let you know what I find out every day. It gives you a report. You don't know if you're going to be there the next day or not. Like, is that better or worse than just not knowing?
That's 100% worse. Like,
exactly. So it's like, you can't. There's not really a better way to do it.
I just don't understand his comments. Like, I get where he's coming from. Like, from a personal standpoint. Like, no, I get it, but it's like, this is your job. This is a business.
Right. That's like why you went into this. Like,
you knew what this was when you signed up for it. This is like.
And part of it is like the livelihood part. Like, people have kids that are in high school, like, and just get uprooted. But it's like,
no, it sucks.
But again, that's part of it. Like, you are literally signing up for it, right? So it's like it sucks. There's not a better way to do it.
You're there to make money, and so are they. Like,
right. So yeah, it's a very interesting conversation.
Like, if I have a car that I'm like, you know what, I want to trade it in. I don't take it out and go off-roading and go destroy it or risk breaking it. No, I park it, so when I take it to get traded in, I can get as much value for that car as it's worth. I don't let it go out there and tear its ACL, get hurt, so now I have no value and I can't use the player. That's simple.
Right. Now again,
simple.
I fully 100% agree with you. However, I'm just saying, like, you're just using analogy. You're not saying a player is an item / a piece of whatever. I know. I'm just stating that. Like, that's not what I.
Throw in the pen. Now, don't start that.
I know. I'm saying, like, I know. I'm 100% with you. Like, clarifying that I understand that's not where you're going, and just stating that for the record. Like, obviously, you're just saying it in layman's terms and giving it a plain example that I fully agree with. Okay, people are not items. We're on the same page.
In the league, you are a piece on a team. That's all you are. You're a player on that team. Like, oh, your kid's in high school? Fuck, we won't trade you. No, I'm fucking sorry. Move them over there, or they can stay here.
Yeah, it's like, if that's
a piece. At your
if it's
job,
an issue, then negotiate a no trade clause, right? Like,
everybody's replaceable. Learn that one real quick in life.
Okay. The only other thing I have on sports, if we're ready to move on, is there is a little bit of an update on the NCAA football game that we are all super hyped about. Obviously, they announced it 2 weeks ago, and then said it'd take 2 to 3 years. Apparently, that was barring a lot of the name, image, and likeness stuff that would follow, and it isn't an easy thing to do. But reportedly, this past week there was a new name, image, and likeness law that's been proposed, and it's pretty much specifically revolving around video games. So ideally, if this gets passed, which apparently it looks like it will, from what I've heard in the light research that I have done, this could definitely speed up the process of the NCAA college football video game, which is pretty cool. So that'd be cool if we could have one by next year. So hopefully, fingers crossed for this rule. You good?
Yo, someone either died or got in a car accident. Hold on.
Oh, God. Joe Kid with the live reporting. We're leaving this in. I don't care.
No, yeah, someone got in a car accident. I don't know. That's fucked up.
Rest in peace.
Loud crash, yeah.
T's and P's.
Probably a drunk driver.
Oh, dear. T's and P's.
Friday night. Yeah.
T's and P's, everyone involved. But yeah, so that's good to hope for. You know, that's really all they got to do is outside of the player stuff, whether you're going to put real players in it or not, just take 14, update the graphics engine a little bit, you know, make it a little nicer for the new consoles, but still have some nice stuff for the old consoles, the old gen, and then just here you go, everyone, and it will be the only game played literally for like a whole year and maybe 2.
Yeah, that game's fun. I'm
It's a
not a
good
big
game.
Madden guy, but that game's fun.
Madden sucks. Don't make it
Madden's
anything like
ass.
Madden. Madden is
Nothing like
trash. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. What do you got?
Moving on. Ooh, shit. So I was in this day and age where everybody's scared of something, everybody's mad at somebody. I found just, and this might not have anything to do with it, just these 2 questions that they were intriguing me, and I wanted to get your take because you're a pretty smart guy. So if you could go be right now, and this is just completely random, the CEO of any company in the world, which one would you become the CEO of, and why would you do it? I saw this on Twitter, and it was actually interesting.
Like, were there actually options, or was it just a thread?
No, it was just a thread.
Okay.
It was an interesting question.
Is CEO specific? Like, it has to be a CEO position, or could it be just like the head of a certain business?
I mean, the head is the CEO.
I know, but like, does it have to be the title of CEO or no?
Sure. Yes.
Damn it.
No, then I don't.
Okay, then I would be the commissioner of the NFL.
You would be the commissioner of the NFL. Why would you be the commissioner of the NFL?
It's recession proof, as we just saw the past year, and it's a pretty badass job.
That's true. Okay.
If I had to pick something else for your answer, if your answer were to be yes,
let's say it's besides outside of sports.
Yeah. I would be the CEO of Pfizer. Just kidding. No,
They're making money.
Dogecoin? No. GameStop? No. Maybe like Tesla, because that'd be pretty sick. And it seems, from my knowledge, that the electric car and innovation stuff, solar energy, the space exploration. Hell yeah, we made it to Mars. Go America! That seems pretty cool and looks like it's not slowing down. So I feel like that'd be a good thing to be a part of.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I would have picked so I'm assuming I have the same amount of money that the current one does at this point.
Right.
I would just pick Amazon because Amazon basically fucking rules the world at this point. Like, they are literally in everything.
Elon passed him.
Well, he didn't anymore. It was for like 2 days.
Oh, really? Well, but yeah, he resigned.
Right, but okay, I'm going. There's still a CEO, so I would pick Amazon just because I think. I mean, if I had that much money, I'm not the greatest human beings, but I could do. Yeah, it's very recession proof, and I think with that amount of money, I could do some more good. I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Like, I could, you'd have a beautiful house and a beautiful car. I'll just let you know that.
Take a little bit more care of your employees and everything, just a little bit.
I mean, I don't think their employees are treated bad at all.
No.
A couple that work there and they make some very decent money.
So. No, yeah. I just know that there's a few examples in other places, but I feel like there's also information that's missing. Yeah. Not the point that I'm getting at.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I had $200 billion, I don't need $200 billion. Like,
right. You could ditch that around pretty nicely.
I could do some good with that, and I think if I have that much leeway and everything, I could, we could at least try to do some more good.
Oh, you know what I would do? I want to change my answer. I'd be the CEO of YouTube/Google and then just blow our shit up. And just most popular podcast on the shit. Yes, that's what I would do.
Then every Amazon package is coming with a copy of everything we've ever done. Yes, 100% good idea. No, I mean, like I could live off $100 billion. I give out $100 billion.
I agree.
I could probably make it work.
Yeah, I think
so. And then this one actually makes my brain run.
Wait. One more thing on Amazon.
Okay.
Just a plus there. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing because it's another industry they're getting into, but it's pretty cool. They bought a pharmacy company like a couple years back and hadn't done anything with it. Okay. And now what they're doing is like you can get your prescriptions and shit mailed to you from Amazon, and it's like all with your account and shit, and it comes like your daily stuff comes pre-packaged, so it's like you'll get different medicines all in one little package, and they come in like sleeves. So it seems pretty cool for like the ease of like.
Seems cool. Seems like they're overreaching though. At some point, you're overreaching. I don't know. Seems like they have a little too much control on too many things, but that's
fully agree. But just a heads up to people because it's not a super known thing. Continue with your next item.
So I think we're gonna have you're gonna have a take that I would not take on this one.
Okay.
If everyone from this moment on now was incapable of lying, how would the world change?
Interesting question. This is just another Twitter thing.
I just saw it, and if I see something on Twitter that actually makes me think, because there's not a lot. It's either racism, porn, or just stupidity.
A little bit of sports, and then
a little bit of sports. Yeah. So
a little bit of Clyde.
That's a decent question. Like how, if like from this second, no one could tell you, like kind of like Liar Liar, the movie, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
How would the world change?
Well, because like. America would be fucked, right? Because like literally every politician would just be fucked.
Yeah, I think everywhere would be.
But then like literally everyone would be fucked, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it's interesting. I mean,
I know I'd be single forever. There's some stuff I don't say.
Wouldn't it be like? Would it get to a point where it's like everyone's done something bad or like lied about something to an extent? So like, do you think it would just get to a point where everything cancels out, or like certain people?
I mean, like it would have, like, I don't know, because I mean, you're in a relationship. You get asked sometimes, like, something, and it's just easier to just, not lie necessarily, but trying to say, like, you just
one of those things.
The truth exactly.
Yeah, like what so and so doesn't know won't hurt them, kind of thing. Like,
right.
No, just example off the top of my head. Like, I've definitely
no,
not my example.
We never fell asleep. Didn't sleep. I didn't lie. You know what I'm saying?
No, like, yeah. My example would be just through text. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Oh, doing homework, so I don't get bothered when I'm actually just playing video games. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Some shit like that. So, again, like just to avoid not necessarily even an argument, but just that side of a discussion. Fully, totally get. But yeah, I'd
be political side. Oh wow.
Oh, don't even. I just. Hell of a show. That would be hell of a TV show.
Hell of a situation.
Call us up. We'll write that shit, direct it, whatever you want. But that's our idea. No one take it. But holy fuck. That'd be
pretty like you're out to dinner with your girlfriend. Hey, do you think that girl's attractive? Yes. Yes, I do. Well, shit.
On that other side, though, if you ever ask her what she wants to get to eat, she'd have to tell you.
That problem is
actually solved. Like that
problem is fucking solved.
Huge plus to this.
Massive plus. Oh, do you like that? No, not really. Oh, okay, I'll try something else.
Didn't come.
Well, they'd be saying yes then. If it was me. But they're capable of lying. I'm actually getting to know.
This would be a pretty cool show. This would be pretty interesting.
I want to see that. No, yeah.
I like this idea. Huh, interesting. You got what else you got? What other Twitter shit do you got?
I don't know. I honestly don't know this one for you, so I just wrote it down. What is your biggest fear and why? Like your biggest fears in life? Like I know you pretty well. I have no idea, or maybe I forgot.
Let me think here. This serious switch got flipped on. We turned this shit around. Yeah, that's I get scared of. I mean, obviously, like failure, like that freaks me out, just because of like in the grand scheme of things, and then also like minorly, just of like how the effects go. But that's kind of a lame one. Heights kind of trip me out, but not too bad. Like deathly fears. What do you got? Because like I'll have to think for a second.
Like my biggest fear, that's just like an irrational fear, is like I am deathly afraid of heights. Like I am a bitch on heights. Like okay. I freak. I'm talking like I look out like a second story window. I'm scared. Like really? I am fucking afraid, and I'm pretty tall. That's funny.
Oh,
But
do you
like,
remember the cherry picker with the holes? Oh my god.
dude, I was freaking the fuck out. Like, I was scared as shit.
It's so funny 'cause that's where we're gonna leave it at, and no one's gonna know what the fuck we're talking about. It sounds so weird out of context, but fuck it.
Yeah. No, I'm scared of snakes really bad. Like snakes,
Snakes are
spiders.
creepy. 'Cause-
Fuck 'em. Snake is the devil. Read the Bible. Snake is the devil.
Yeah, and just like
Probably
Oh.
like my most life fear. I'm with you on failure. Very afraid of just failure and whatever I consider failure and what I'm doing.
yeah,
My biggest fear though for like life is like my biggest fear is getting divorced.
yeah, like
I'm really like scared of that.
yeah. I mean, I'm with yeah. That's kind of one of my underlying ones is like faithfulness from the ones like, that are closest to you, like that stuff. And just on the relationship side, because it's like, dude, like I wouldn't want to live with me. Like, what the fuck? And
No,
you know what
I wouldn't either.
But it's like,
I could do it every day.
yeah, right. So it's just like I wouldn't blame the person, but it's at the same time, it's like that shit's
But I'm
commitment.
talking like I am married. I have a child or kids.
Yeah.
And like I was fortunate enough to not have to go through that growing up.
I was gonna say like part of that for me
man.
is like that I've learned not to like that. I'm never like that will never be me just because like of my experience.
But like I've learned the opposite. Like I know what I had, and I want to make sure
right.
they had.
Exactly. And then, I mean, as long as my kid takes me to a ball game, I'll be chilling. But, no, yeah, that's.
You don't know why that's funny if you're watching, but
yeah,
we won't talk about it. But it is it's sad as fuck and funny. Fucking really sad, but it's really funny. It's really fucking sad and funny. I wish I could tell you. 10 comments and we'll tell you why.
Oh shit! Put that fucking counter way up, dude. What the fuck? You'll just fucking spam comment.
10 comments will tell you why. You'll think like it's not funny, but it's funny. The fact that he can laugh at it and you don't know why just shows why he's a good person.
Yeah.
It just shows he's got a good heart. Because if he could laugh at this shit, because it's 100% about him, he's got a good heart.
Yeah, what's the line from that song Mood or whatever? It's that we play games a lot to avoid the depression. I'm just laughing away the depression right now.
That's a big depressor.
Yeah, but
that's
anyway,
a big depressor.
That would also lead to my probably biggest fear would be to turn into something to that effect. But
I wish you could say, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Don't get pissed off. Fuck.
That's not what I'm saying. I was debating this.
Rip it. Let it rip. It's a free space. The internet is always safe.
Yeah, no. To be real, yeah, my biggest fear is to turn into my father, without a doubt. And it's really scary when it's like you see the images, like, holy shit.
They are twins. They are fucking twins.
It's not ideal, but
Well, just so I will beat your ass if you ever get close.
No,
I will find
that.
you. Even if we haven't talked, if we haven't even talked in years, I will find you and fucking castrate you.
And then take me to a ball game.
I'll take you to a fucking ball game.
But no, yeah, I think a lot of like my stuff is like, I don't want to say psychological because obviously fear is, but it's like it's more of like kind of just like the unknown of like of like what things that are in my control but aren't, the kind of thing, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel you.
Speaking of things that are in your control but aren't, and also with the loyalty of those ones close to you, Kim Kardashian had an affair. Damn it, I believe it.
Great.
It's not confirmed, but damn it,
we confirmed it.
Yeah, her and Drake had an affair on Kanye while he watched Just Kidding, but they are getting divorced, I believe, as his last.
He was watching Ray J's sex tape with Kim while they were doing it.
Yes, he was the cameraman, even though that's not what happened. But there's a separate angle that you guys haven't seen, and that's where Drake is at. No, so it's kind of going around online, TikTok, Twitter, wherever you want to find it. But basically, there's been some people have deciphered Drake's lyrics that no one really knows what they're talking about, and they all kind of point towards to a specific big booty bitch.
Big booty. Hey. Kim's a whore. She had the kids, and people forgot Kim's a whore. Kim's a whore, right?
I don't have a specific definition of whore. I mean, sure, if you want to go with it, but I don't know.
I'm sure, but I'm saying
Not
Kim's kind of a hoe. Kim's kind of a thotty.
Put it this way.
All I'm saying.
I would not put this conspiracy past Kim. Put it that way.
That's how you want to put it. That's how you want to put it. I'm gonna put it as she might be a whore.
Oh yeah. Different opinions, same kind of conclusion. But anyway.
No, different way of saying it. We had the same thought.
Okay. Anyway, so one of the big ones that's pointing at this is Drake's song "In My Feelings," where he says "Kiki, do you love me?" and obviously he changes the name up there a few times in the song. But Kiki is actually a nickname given to Kim by her sisters, used all over social media. Again, you might think that's a coincidence. Well, let me point to Sicko Mode, where he has the lyrics of like "crept up the block, took a right" or something like that, and then something about shutting off the lights, keeping quiet, I think too. And if you look at where Drake lives in the hills,
yep,
look at where Kanye and Kim live, it's actually just up the block and to the right. So you do the math. And then I think there's another one where he's talking about what the fuck is it? Like there's something else about like someone like I don't know, like not being faithful or some shit, and it's supposed to be Kim. Then something about his friend that like stopped him from saying some shit about Kanye, and all this shit. But apparently that's where their beef resonated from. Who knows? But I think that's a win for Drake, right? Or no? We saying no?
I mean, it's a win, but
Drake won.
Yeah, no,
right? Yeah, like come on.
No, it's a win, but it's like, and it's fucked up, but it's a win.
Hey, so, if going back to your thing earlier, if we're talking rings, like Drake got the ring.
We're talking rings, yeah. He got he did it at all costs. Children involved sucks, but I mean, we've seen Drake how he treats children, so it's not a fucking shocker.
Yeah, isn't that one funny too? The whole God's plan thing. Like I live in my bed and my mom, so I'm sorry. And literally, my bed is his kid's middle name. Like, what the fuck?
That's fucking weird. I don't know. No, that's a win for him, but she's a whore. I'm just gonna put she's a whore.
Okay,
she's just like her. She's just like her sister. The only one that isn't Courtney. I love you. Courtney's not a whore. The rest whores.
I don't remember which one's which, but they're all crazy.
She was the one with Scott.
Doesn't help me.
That's Scott Disick, dude. Okay. Courtney's not for the rest of course.
Oh, I just forgot. The Bachelor.
Oh, shit.
Have you followed any of it?
No, I haven't.
Loosely followed the shit. Thank God to Lexi for this shit. Holy fuck. Apparently it's crazy, right? So, apparently there was so it's the new season with a dude, and it's the first like non-white guy ever. And so apparently like there was this one bitch being like super super toxic, right? Like, and she called some bitch a whore. Hey Joe, you actually might like this chick. But apparently she's
honest. I mean, she's an honest girl.
No, apparently she's like incredibly racist and like went to like apparently, I don't know. Again, I don't know all the details. Again, this is coming from Lexi. I don't know all the details. But apparently she did
where it might be skewed.
No, not where I'm going. Well, not where I'm going. So apparently she's done a bunch of horrible things and like it's coming out. And then who's the host? Chris something, right? What's the host name?
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, Chris Hansen. So apparently he's
not Chris Hansen, you fucking idiot.
What'd you say?
Chris Hansen's the Catch a Predator guy. I don't know what the hell this guy's name is.
But whoever the host guy is, he went on that like everyone loved. He's been there forever. Apparently he like went on some other like talk show or whatever and was defending this chick, and everyone like called her.
Shit.
And you're gonna love this shit because apparently like he got canceled now. People were like, you should resign, and he fucking did. He resigned. So like, he's been on the fucking shit forever. So like, The Bachelor's fucking crazy. But apparently this guy that's The Bachelor, again, don't know his name. He's apparently good. Like, you know how like normally there's like toxicity between like the Bachelor and the girls, and then the girls and the girls. Apparently it's like only the girls and the girls, and he's getting rid of the shitty ones. Apparently.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him.
He seems like a good guy, but like the drama around it is apparently like top notch this year. And
again, I will have to check it out.
And what's her face and what's his face from the Bachelor?
Did not make it.
They're already gone.
I think we missed the over under just a hair, but we called that shit spot on.
Yeah, no. I mean, everyone was on like that shit was plus $1 million because that was obviously going to happen. It was a fucking Lock.
Minus $1 million.
Whatever. Yeah, minus, my bad. So yeah, that's your Bachelor recap for like halfway through the season. You're welcome.
I need to watch some YouTube videos on it because that sounds like there's chicks calling each other whores. I respect that.
Yeah, pretty lit. I gotta watch it too, but I think what's Hulu? Hulu's got that shit.
I don't know about Hulu, so I'll have to just catch the recaps.
All right. What's next? What you got?
I think you want to touch on the old Texas, old I love my country situation.
So yeah, if I'm sure everyone else is also aware on this with the whole Texas is freezing over. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of issues with like their electricity, stuff like that.
It's good now. They're warming up now.
But there's a relief plan in play. The first thing I want to touch on with Texas, is these poor bastards they aren't used to snow, so they don't know what they're doing. And let me just paint you this one, because again, you're from Arizona. I think you're a smart guy. I think you know where this is gonna go wrong once I describe it. But you might not know. You might not know. So basically, when it's winter in a cold area, a winter snowing climate,
right.
Sometimes you get frost/ice on your vehicle, right? And you come out to the morning.
That happened. That's happened here a few times.
Yeah, exactly. So, sometimes like the snow or whatever, the precipitation will melt and then freeze onto the vehicle, right? So you get like this thin layer of ice on your vehicle, and sometimes it's fun. You punch the shit out of the side door and it cracks everything off. Cool. You feel like a badass even though you didn't do shit. But on your windshields and your rear windows and stuff, you can't do that, right? So a lot of Texans, at least the one that I saw, but apparently it's a popular trend, have been pouring hot water on the ice.
That's bad. That's going to crack it.
Correct. Smart Man Joe is here. Correct. And so they're a mess down there.
That's chemistry right there.
Yeah, they're a mess, and it's not good. But, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation, but who the fuck thought that would happen there? I mean, you just can't plan for that, really.
No, yeah, you can't blame them, but it's like, fuck.
You'd like to think there was something a little better in place, but, I mean, there wasn't. So, you fucking live and you learn.
Yeah. Is there anything else on Texas you wanted to touch on?
I'm happy it happened there in a state where I feel like they're a little reasonable. I mean, if this was in California, fucking pandemonium. That shit would have been fucking insane. And don't lie to me. That's crazy.
It's California's an interesting state because it's like so different in so many different in all the different regions, and then like they're also a bunch of fucking assholes because like with water, like they get their water, the majority of their water supply from the Colorado River, and like there's an agreement in place between like all the states that use that water that like if it is to run out, California gets it first, which I don't know why anyone signed that shit, but like that's kind of fucked up, right? Like I guess they got the most population, but it's like fuck you,
Fuck that state, in my opinion, but that's just mine.
Fuck the Dodgers is all I'm hearing. Okay.
Fuck the Dodgers, but like that whole state, like you do nothing for me. You're a bunch of assholes. You're a bunch of fucking pricks. Like
they sway elections. They're just a bunch of pricks. They have shitty.
It's a bunch of fucks. Like they do literally nothing for me. Not a thing. I don't like the beach either, so maybe that's where but I don't enjoy going to the beach. So.
No, yeah, I don't see. There's no cap in sight.
Not a single one. But no, I mean, I'm sorry this happened, but it'll be fine. You guys will be all right. Sucks, but I can't do nothing for you.
I did see a video. I don't think it was in Texas, but it was somewhere where it was really, really cold. And this guy was like, he's like, dude, what the hell's going on out here? And one, he saw tracks from a squirrel that jumped down from the tree, and then it continued on, and then you just see him pan. He's like, and then it just died. Like the squirrel fell over and died because it was so cold.
I saw a couple with animals where they just fucking. I'm like, that's sad, but it's like, dude, I know. That's nature.
Well, and then there was one where he was like, there's a snake. No, that was Texas too with the snake, but the snake froze because they're cold blooded. But there was literally frozen in place a coyote chasing a rabbit.
I saw that. That was
like,
pretty
dude,
cool, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. But I'm like, that's crazy that these things are literally freezing, like mid
Like, it's
attack.
not that cold. Like, it's not.
Well, that's
negative
not.
100.
That
Like,
wasn't.
how the fuck did they just freeze?
That wasn't in Texas. That was somewhere where it was like negative shit. But like,
Yeah, but that's got to take a little colder than that. I feel that, like, in place, just fucking ice
No,
it
right.
up. Like,
yeah, I don't know, bro.
it doesn't add up to me.
I mean, I had a buddy. He has a back home. They have a Chihuahua, and he let it outside, to do its business, and then forgot about it, and it literally froze stiff.
Did it die?
No, it's alive.
What the fuck?
It's still alive to this day. Yeah, it's crazy. That poor dog's been through hell. When they first got it, it like hid everywhere, and it hid under their lazy boy. So when they shut, like the dad shut the footrest, like you just heard a squeal, and then like, again, fine, it's fine today, but like that dog's been through.
No, it happened at my house with a cat. It happened. It was under the chair. My dad did it. Broke its leg. My mom made a splint with a popsicle stick. Healed up. Yeah. It was fine, but it was kind of sad because it walked all fucked up and shit. But after, it was fine.
I know, yeah, you feel bad, but it's like, don't sit there, like
don't fall. Yeah, like you'll learn.
Yeah, right. Never gonna do it again. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, T's and P's again out to the people in Texas. Not much I can do for you, but good luck.
Yeah.
It'll get better. You have a better appreciation for spring and summer. So.
Oh, 100%.
What else you got in your list? Anything?
Not much, unless you had something else.
No, that's pretty much it on my end.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. Covered a lot of bases there. A lot of different bases.
From starting with nothing, we really got far.
Yeah, this was a nightmare 2 hours ago.
Motherfucker. All right, well, yeah, you want to wrap it up there and hit some closing?
I think next episode we might be in person because I might be down there. So stay tuned for that.
All right, if that's the case, there may be a little beer tasting action, blind tasting action.
There might, hopefully. No promises, but hopefully.
Yeah, no problem. With us, no promises.
Not a single one.
I know we said at the beginning of this shit, if you've been around for that long, no rules as long as you don't get offended. That's rule 1. But rule 2 is don't take anything seriously.
Not a promise inside.
Yeah, no promises. But all right, well, let's roll the exit music, and we'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
All right, bye.